Hello,
Hello, Vilda. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So, are you excited for today's lesson? Because
Yes,
we're gonna be doing the topic of AI.
yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay, well, let's jump straight into it. It's gonna be interesting today. It might be a little bit challenging because the English is rather complicated, but I'm sure you can handle it fine. Okay, great. So, can you see my screen now?
Yes,
Perfect. So, I'll read the word AI network server. Could you read the sentence?
an AI network server is a smart computer that helps share information.
Exactly. So let's take a look at the back of the card with the definition. Could you read it?
A, com- a computer system that uses AI to store and distribute data among other computers on a network.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the AI network server is basically the hardware, so the actual physical bits that store all the information, the data or data, you can say it both ways. And basically, without it, we wouldn't have AI. It wouldn't run without it. So let's take a look at the question. So, what do you think AI network systems can do?
I think they can be like a real human and talk just like a real human.
Yeah, definitely. They can do so many things, can they? And
Yeah.
basically, they appear as a human. Mhm. And what benefits do you think AI network systems could bring to society?
I think AI network systems could bring um, more robots to live and more like electronics.
Yeah, definitely. With AI, we could form new robots that help us in ways we might not even think are possible. Definitely. I wonder what life is gonna be like in 100 years if
Yeah.
AI would change beyond recognition and they would maybe rule us, like in Terminator. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see where life takes us. And what does AI stand for? Artificial intelligence, augmented reality.
Artificial intelligence.
Yeah, definitely. You've got the A and then the I. And what can AI help with? Cooking recipes or solving problems?
Solving problems.
Yeah, it could
I think
maybe.
both.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It could
Yeah.
generate you recipes, like when you want to try something out new, or maybe you could maybe write a list of what you've got in your fridge and share that with AI, and it could maybe come up with a meal to cook.
Yeah.
So that could be really helpful, especially in the kitchen. Okay, and what could you tell me about AI network server?
It's a smart, very large and smart computer that can think really hard and help us do more things.
Yeah, basically spot on. So the server is the actual physical bit of AI. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we have algorithm. Could you read a sentence?
An algorithm helps in solving problems.
What do you think an algorithm is?
I think it's some assistance to help with solving problems.
Yeah. I would maybe describe it as some step-by-step rules to solve a problem. Let's take a look how it's over here. A set of rules for solving a problem step by step. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I, I remember learning this in computer science at school. So that's why I knew the definition.
Yeah.
Okay, and can you think of a problem that might need an algorithm to solve it?
Uh, I think like a problem, like how to get, I don't know, Mars habitable.
Yeah, that could use an algorithm.
Yeah,
That would be very useful to actually figure out how to get there. Yeah, definitely. Or you can have also simple tasks with algorithm. Yeah. And what is your opinion on the role of algorithms in modern gaming?
um, my opinion, uh,
So in gaming, what the algorithm would do is maybe if you walk your character into a certain location, it will load up a different scene compared
like
with if you
tutorial.
talk to someone. Not quite. I think in games, what the algorithm would do is the computer would take in information based on what you do with your controllers and then give you back what you are supposed to see in the game.
Yeah. Okay, so um,
So it's probably a good thing, I would say, and it's advancing quite rapidly these days.
yes, it is.
Yeah. We're always getting more and more realistic games. It's amazing. And what do computers use to make decisions? Feelings or algorithms?
Algorithms.
Yeah, exactly. So some pre-programmed codes. And what is the purpose of an algorithm? Making phone calls, providing instructions to solve a problem.
Providing instructions to solve a problem.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so when you see this picture, what comes to your mind?
Uh, like some smart computer and the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like a computer that solves problems.
Yeah, basically. For me, this picture is kind of overwhelming. There's just so many numbers in there. However, that's why we have algorithms, so we don't have to do the hard work and the computer does it for us. Okay, now we have neural network. Could you read a sentence?
Neural network mimic the human brain.
Mm-hmm. What's your understanding of the word neural network?
Like a robot that tries to be as human as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think neural has to do with like your brain and all the functions in it, how the information is passed on. So let's take a look at the explanation here. A computer system modeled after the human brain's network of neurons. Yeah. So basically, a computer trying to act as human as possible, as you said. Mhm. How does a neural network differ from a regular computer program?
I think it differs like in mm, the neural network is more like advanced
Mhm.
because it can what it can do.
Yeah, this is a challenging question to answer. So well done that you still try to give an answer.
Yeah, I know a human
But
brain
yeah,
tries to represent.
yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, what I think is that a regular computer program could maybe do just one task that it's programmed to do, whereas a neural network could do all different tasks and do them better than just a normal program. and
Yeah.
more human-like. Hmm. And what do you think about computers learning like humans?
I think it's very crazy because how they are like advanced and there are in America there are like even self-driving cars.
Hmm. Yeah, it
To
really is crazy.
yeah, it can drive like a human.
Yeah, I think it's basically making our lives easier to a point where I think we will just be lazy and kind of humanity might fall off,
Yeah.
but we'll see what will happen. That's in the future. And what is the main job of a neural network? Cooking food, mimicking the brain's functions.
Mimicking the brain's functions.
Yeah, definitely. Mhm. And how would you describe a neural network? A type of sandwich, a computer system inspired by the human brain structure.
A computer system inspired by the human brain's structure.
Hmm. So, what could you tell me about neural network?
A neural network is like a human brain, or it's like a robot brain that can think and solve problems like a human.
Yeah, basically, exactly as you said. I guess it's also meant to process the information as a human would do and then give us a better answer, maybe. Yeah. So, automotion. Could you, automotion would be the better way to say it. Yeah. Could you read the sentence?
Automotion simplifies repetitive tasks at work.
Hmm. This word is repetitive. Do you know what it means?
No,
Yeah, so it's basically when you do the same thing over and over again, and it gets boring, it gets repetitive because you just do it all over, the same thing, repeating the same thing basically. And the definition of automotion is the use of technology to perform tasks without human intervention. Yeah, so you basically have this one big arm as a robot, and it does the work that a human is supposed to do.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. What tasks are done automatically by machines?
I think like cleaning windows or um, mounting like car parts, like
Hmm.
robots, and uh, maybe some stores use some automation. I
Yeah,
don't know of something.
definitely in car making, I always imagine just robots handling with the big parts, big heavy, so the humans don't have to lift them.
Yeah,
I don't know about window cleaning though. I always see actual people cleaning the buildings, but you could also have
yeah,
robots.
maybe vacuum cleaners are
Oh
robotic.
yeah, those are robotic, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
for
maybe
free.
nice. Or maybe coffee machines.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how humans would make coffee just by themselves. It would be more difficult than it is now.
Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about automation taking over some human jobs?
It's very like for humans, it's maybe good, but they can become lazy, very lazy.
Hmm. Is it good? Because what a machine could do, just one machine, it would maybe take 5 people and they get a job. They get to have a steady income and have money to buy food and everything they need. But now they're jobless with the machines.
Yeah,
That could be an issue one day.
yeah, because humans they just say it's easier, but it's very bad because they become lazy.
Yeah, it definitely has its positive and negative incomes. And what does automation mean? Doing tasks automatically, talking to plants.
Doing tasks automatically.
Yeah, definitely. And what does automation help with? Simplifying repetitive tasks, making decisions.
Simplifying repetitive tasks.
Yeah, I agree that for repetitive tasks, machines are really useful. Like, I don't know, maybe wrapping a box with wrapping paper. But then on some more challenging jobs, like that require some maybe creativity or some dynamic movement, humans sometimes can even do it better than machines. So, what is your opinion on automation?
Uh, I think it's easier to just work by your hands, and some easier tasks you should buy a robot for it, and some hard tasks you just need to do it.
Yeah, I agree. It really depends on what you need to do. So, you can pronounce this as data or data. Some people say it that way, some say the other. It really doesn't matter. So, could you read the sentence?
Data analysis reveals valuable insights.
Mhm. How would you describe data?
Um, like I I the first thing that comes to my
Mhm.
mind is like a telephone.
Oh yeah, like
Some
mobile
yeah,
data. Yeah, you could use it in that sense as well, but I'll maybe describe it as information processed through a computer. Let's take a look at what we have over here. Facts, figures, or information collected for reference or analysis. Yeah. So all the numbers, all the boring bits.
yeah,
What kind of information do you think is stored as data?
like some secret president messages.
Yeah, that could be. Or I think you could basically say that the whole of internet is stored as data.
Yeah, that's
Everything
true.
that's online. And have you ever used data to find out something new?
Yes, I have to use data uh, on my phone to just watch YouTube.
Oh yeah, so using your mobile data, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I also use it sometimes when I'm not at a place that has Wi-Fi. And what kind of information is stored as data? Facts or stories?
Facts.
Yeah, facts. I think you could store stories as data maybe as well, but it's typically facts. And what is data? Sounds made by birds, facts, figures, or information collected for reference or analysis.
Facts, figures, or information collected for reference or analysis.
These are figures.
Yes.
Oops, yeah. Okay. Um, what comes to mind when you see this picture?
I think like uh, maybe a map or internet because
Hmm.
there's a lot of data. So
Yeah,
like
definitely.
informations or messages or
Mhm.
signals.
Yeah. For me, what I immediately see here is like this graph for the stock market. So how the
Yeah,
prices of some stocks change, and here they could be going up. Yeah. There's a lot of different things on this picture that relate to data.
yeah.
Hmm. And our last word is going to be machine learning. Could you read the sentence?
Machine learning enables computers to learn.
Hmm. And could you also read the explanation?
The ability of computers to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly
Hmm. Explicitly.
explicitly programmed.
Hmm. So explicitly means like that it is concretely given, like that you wanted that one thing to explicitly happen.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So machine learning would be when they gain some more information and maybe do something differently than to what they were originally programmed to, that one thing. Mhm. And how can machine learning be used in everyday life?
Machine learning can be used like to the machine can understand the thing what humans can be doing and just
Mhm.
repeat repeatedly just do the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to come up with like a logical example, but what maybe could one day happen is if you had like a watch that maybe measures your body functions and could somehow tell when you're asleep, when you're just about to wake up or something like that, and then in the morning it could like turn on the lights to wake you up, or
It's good.
yeah, or maybe open the windows for some fresh air. So it would learn every day based on the human itself. That could be interesting. And have you ever interacted with a computer program that learns from your actions?
I think yes, because one day I played with a robot that played tic-tac-toe with me.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's commonly in games that a computer learns um learns how you play and then maybe makes it harder for you.
Yeah.
It's always challenging to play against a computer. And how do robots learn new things? Through machine learning, by reading books.
Through machine learning.
Yeah. Humans learn new things by reading books, machines through machine learning. And what helps computers learn from experience? Machine learning or music?
Machine learning.
Mhm. So, what would you tell me about machine learning?
Uh, I think it's very great for the machine because it can learn how to interact with something or someone to just be just like human as possible and to, as like you said, the open the window or make a sandwich,
Mhm.
just do everything like homework, housework.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be great.
exactly. Like it could react in real time to the person's individual needs. That would be amazing. Okay, so that's the topic of AI. Can you remember some of the words that we've discussed today?
AI,
Hmm.
machine learning,
Yes.
automation.
Hmm. Maybe think about the brain.
Yeah, network.
Yeah, it's quite a difficult word or a series of words, maybe. Yeah, neural network.
Neural network.
Hmm. Network.
And data.
Hmm. We are missing two more. Let's take a look. Okay, so our first word, that was AI network server. Okay, I'll write it in like this, network server. Then we've had algorithm. Oh yeah. So a series of rules. Algorithm. What else we've had? Neural network. You said that. Then there was automation. You said that. Data and machine learning. Well done. So we've got all of them. AI network server, machine learning, automation, neural network, data, and a was that automation or algorithm? Yeah. So using these 6 words, what could you tell me about AI? I know nothing about it.
Okay, so AI stands for artificial intelligence, and it is like a robot that is machine learning to become like as a human, as much a human as possible, and trying to do some interactive things with something or helps solving problems.
Hmm. And how does it work? So maybe what does it need or how does it function?
It functions like capturing data from some internet webs to help you search for the answer, and learns like from the humans to just the robots look at the humans and just repeat the thing that they do in everyday life.
Yeah, definitely. And how could we implement machinery into manufacturing?
Um, I think it is not like, I don't know. It's maybe for some people it's a good idea, but some people just don't like it because it just makes working easier. That's good, but it makes people lazy.
Yeah, automation is definitely controversial. That is definitely beneficial for the like factory owners who gain more money from it, but then the common people who actually work there and lose their job due to machines is not always so positive. Okay, really well said. Perfect. So now I know everything about AI, and I hope you learned something new today as well. So that's great. That's our lesson. So see you next week. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. That was fun.